Becky Sims, and this is a follow-up little presentation on what I like to do with the information that I've gleaned through my early warning signs. Once I've identified those students who I believe need some early intervention, I like to put together a contact outreach log. So I often send emails, make phone calls. If students allow it, I'll even send text messages. And I like to keep track of all of that information in an outreach log. So basically what I do is I pull the student rosters right at the beginning of a term and place them here into category A, and then I will gather student phone numbers through whatever resources are available to faculty at that time. And I also then start running my whodunit reports and keeping track of that information here in this log. And so, for example, once we get to week 1 Thursday morning, I will do a whodunit, and every student that shows up as somebody that has not posted to the week 1 discussion, they receive a message from me, and then I actually also like to follow up with a phone call. I find that that phone call is a really great initial way to make contact with the student, show them that you're aware that they missed something in the course, that you are basically inviting them to engage in the course. And so when you make that initial call, even if it's simply a voicemail saying that you are calling and that you would love to have that interaction with the student, it shows the student that you care. And I like to keep track of that right here, because then I go back in at the end of the week and I check to see if the student did in fact go ahead and post. And that shows me when they do, and they often do post after that initial email and phone call, that it was effective, that they took that message that I left or that email that I sent to heart, and they've now engaged in the course. I also like to keep track of any notes from the phone calls that I have with students, and so I have a column for that, and I can go on and on across and add additional columns for additional calls. I like to just put a check or an X if a student misses the week 1 written assignment. It's just another indicator to me that this is a student who really does need my outreach. And then I'll put a copy of any message that I sent right here into this column. Now, what I will say about these interaction logs and outreach logs is that once you've generated a whodunit email or an email that you send to a student about a missing assignment or a missing live session, that is there for you to use again and again and again with future classes, because what we all know as online instructors is that these issues come up every term. It's a new batch of students each time we teach the course, but it's often the same issues that we see. And so it's nice to have that initial upfront investment, but it pays off over time because you already have that material generated. So I wanted to show you also, this is just a log at a glance. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can create the columns that work for you, and you can just put checks. You can put yes, no. I like to look and see how these X's turn into yeses. Sometimes they are no's, and that just means that student needs more interaction from me. But I have put together a document with some of the whodunit emails that I've generated and messages I've sent students, and those are available to you through the guide. And I encourage you to use the log I've created and just tailor it to meet your needs. Good luck and happy outreach.